And when I said that about the essence being the seed case for consciousness, and that it's the seed out of which, and that's true. However, the way Gurdjieff introduced it was not necessarily from that point of view at first. It was more, it's just you as you are, without the accoutrements of all your attitudes, your social values you learned, your taste in clothes. Although actually, see, that's not true either, because essence, we also, when we're more in essence, sometimes we do. I see the way you dress. It seems to me you're actually dressing according to your essence. It's my perception. And so it's more just who we are, our simple, pure nature. And this is what we were when we were a little child, even though you can't remember that. We didn't have any attitudes. And we weren't, the main thing is we weren't preoccupied with ourselves as a sense of identity in relation to other people. We just existed, and we just, again, it helps to look at a little baby, a little infant, and see they're there, and they, even though they can't even sit up, then there's a little child next door was just born 3 months ago. And when I see him or her, you can see there's someone in there. There's a being. There's a being in there. And that's what essence is. It's a simple being. And so that's why it is connected with self-remembering. What Ryan was saying earlier about just being quiet in his nice house, and more time just for being. Maybe it's true to say the place in us where we are the most quiet, when we can manage to be quiet, is resonating with our essence, or is essence.
I wouldn't worry so much about, oh, what is my essence, or what? How do I know that this? Oh, maybe my essence is. I think for where we are at now, and how I know you, more like remember about observing yourself and being present to the being, and then you already observe these kind of various tendencies that you are working on. So those are all some kind of conditioned program. So keep doing that. That will weaken the false personality. It will weaken it. And then you are, yeah, it's here. It's no, it's here. It's not something like a certain flavor. I wouldn't like to hang out with you if there was not a lot of essence here, because false personality is a little repugnant. People have a lot of false personalities, repugnant. It's like Burger King. If you are used to eating wholesome food, that will be repugnant, Yeah, Burger King, whatever, all the junk food, all this. Also, let me tell you, you have this beauty, your appreciation of beauty, and your interest in this refinement and colors and fabrics and texture, and your appreciation of beauty in your house, how it is.
That was what my father was, though. That's why it's like I don't even now. I'm like, oh, what's the real me? Because as I look at the things that I think are me, I'm like, well, but I kind of got that from my dad. My dad was like that. You know what I mean? So it maybe doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
There's it's more simple, essence, false personality. The ego is complicated. The ego is very complicated. It's confused, in a conflict with others, conflict with oneself. It's complicated. It's very what other people think. All of this, what if they me? That's complicated. It's stressed. It's like yeah, that's the signature of false personality. Essence is more simple. It's more like more some genuineness, yeah, and some natural inclinations. Yeah, but as I said, I wouldn't worry so much about what the essence is, and also the more what they say, I will come. Yeah, the more one remembers oneself and observe oneself and diminishes this false personality, the more one's essence will reveal or share its gifts or strengths and talents, because before they were not raised to. My parents didn't ask me, hey Mihai, what are you into? Hey Mihai, little Mihai, what would you like? No, they're like, hey, do this and do that and don't make mistakes. So we are raised to not make mistakes, you know, not to somebody to watch over us, to discover what is it we are really into and encourage us to go there. That would be like more conscious, some aspect of conscious parenting, to safeguard your child's essence rather than to mess with it. Peter had some more.
Yes, I was just thinking, sometimes when we encounter an idea, we can turn it around and think, well, what is essence not? For instance, essence is not a strong identification. Essence is not inner considering. Essence is not a lot of unnecessary talk because we're feeling uncomfortable. We want to take up space or get attention. Essence is not lying to ourselves. Essence is not all of our negative emotions. Essence, like you can see a little child, they will scream or cry when they're hungry or tired or when they're in danger or something hurts. But it doesn't become psychologically a negative emotion. It's not about I, me. It's just an energy. The baby wants food, so it cries. But it's instinctive though. Essence is instinctive. And so anyway, back to it, what it's not. It's not a lot of identity. Essence is fascinated with things. It will get very fascinated. And that's not yet full identification, but it is lack of self-awareness. It's lack of being aware of yourself. You're fascinated with something. And that's essence, but full-blown identification, getting really lost in what you're doing, getting angry, inner considering, all the people problems, all of that's personality. Essence is not, it's simple, as Mihai is saying. And what's interesting is people don't like that. It's odd. People like you to be in your personality. They like you to be talking and maybe taking up space or whatever, to just be in essence. You don't see that a lot in the 21st century in the United States.